sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
Sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Get your fucking life together. And I got Saf.
I'm in the building. Yo, yo. You know you love it.
And we in here with my guy Dutch, man. What's up?
Hey, man, you already know who it is. It's Dutchie, a.k.a. Mr. GWC, a.k.a. Mr. Ring Out for Cancer, a.k.a. one half of Dutch and Spade, a.k.a. one Major Figgas. You already know what we doing around this time.
See, man, I like it when they know how to run down the rundown, man. And one of the things he said that was most important was the Ring Out for Cancer event. That would have gone down by the time y'all see this, but we do have promotions and things behind that, which is very important. So I want to salute you for that first and foremost. That's one of your main initiatives.
So
salute to you, homie. Salute to the Ring Out for Cancer Foundation.
Sippin' with Sammie, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'll toast to that.
Mm-hmm. As thou should. But the Ring Out for Cancer Foundation, definitely important. Like I say, by the time y'all see this, we probably be done did the first event. But
by the time they see it, we'll be done fed 50 families down the house at one
see that.
See, right.
Avenue.
Right.
Which is a beautiful thing, man. And it's for a great cause. So I definitely want to salute you on that. You and your wife on that before we get to the shits.
That's my new fix.
Yeah.
That's your new fix?
Getting
That's what gets you going?
Getting blessings. That's my new fix.
Y'all making some major moves, and y'all like really doing some like amazing, heartwarming, like giving back philanthropy, humanitarian work. Like
what they say, every strong man need a what?
A strong woman.
All right.
Beside
so
him.
I got a
You
strong
feel me?
backbone.
Beside him.
So
Beside
we'll
him.
be having a strong backbone and a strong PR team. Shout out to Nakima, you know what I'm saying, and my man Kev from 1122 MMG Studio.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We got it. We carry Belafonte right now.
Say that. It's definitely a dope thing and it's a beautiful thing. But I mean, even for you, like, let's keep it G. You a man, you've been in this industry 20 plus years, right?
25 years.
25 years.
25 years. 20 years ago in July, we dropped our first project, which was Figures for Life. So that was 20-year anniversary was July.
Congratulations.
So
but like, and that's dope because that was a movement in the city. Like I remember we went to AAU practice every day, up and back, out the county, listening to that shit. We was going all the way out Bristol, up and back, listening to that shit. And there was some names on that van with me, like some niggas that did some things.
Let me tell you,
so y'all had a hell of an impact.
I listened to that joint all the time. My girlfriend was in the video. Like I remember all of that. Like, but more importantly, we just talked about that yesterday. We actually got interviewed yesterday. Yeah. And we actually mentioned how dope y'all was on our top 5, John. Like,
oh yeah, we had a top 5 mixtapes.
Yeah.
And y'all made the list on a couple people joints.
Yeah, definitely was on my
podcast.
I still got my red and black joint, yo. I got my red and black CD still rolling.
And that was part of the conversation. It was like when that came out, that Public Enemy #1 with Beans.
Yep.
It was joints that when they came out, everybody was banging.
Well,
yes.
Salute the Major Figures, salute the state property. You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying? At the end of the day, 10
y'all
years,
definitely put Philly on the map.
10 years before us, there was Will Smith, Steady B, EST,
Right.
Lux,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So
Jamal from Illegal.
Bahamadia. Right.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Right, got you.
City.
But then,
Our list is endless.
but y'all put us on the map though. I won't even like take it from y'all. It was like you said, it was 10 years prior. So at the time that y'all came back, like y'all put Philly
y'all
on.
Made it aggressive.
Yeah.
Y'all put a lot of heat under a lot of collars. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was all due to blessings. I mean,
it was due to having a collection of dope MCs that didn't do what each other did
right.
and respected each other.
We started off with our Major Figures project. It led into, it segued into the Best of Beanie Siegel.
Right.
From the Best of Beanie Siegel, it took me to Funk Master Flex the Tunnel.
Right.
It took me into Cameron's second album, Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment.
Absolutely.
It took me into Beach soundtrack.
Okay.
You know, it took me into being in a film with Eve, Ja Rule, maybe Farrah Fawcett, which was the cookout that they still show daily.
I still crack up when I see you
Right.
in the basketball court. Man.
Right.
I still crack
you on
up,
Sippin'
bro.
with Sammie, so you know we can't do no capping.
Let's keep it G.
That was, I remember sitting in jail, right? And I'm sitting in the day room, and the motherfucking TV come on. and they play the movie, I'm burnt the fuck out. You hear me?
I bet.
I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Now the guards want to give me all these extra privileges. Niggas want to cook soups with me.
You was low
at
before
night.
that.
I was low.
Right.
Now I had to live the rest of my motherfuckers
Your whole bid off being a
being
star.
a fucking actor.
Attention.
So, you know, salute to the hard work and due diligence.
No, I want to salute you on your hard work and due diligence. Let me do that for you. You ain't got to do that. You know what I mean? But I appreciate the timeline because you actually reminded me of a couple things and put time in perspective.
Well, I'm humble pie. When
I
it
was
come to
about to
that
say,
one.
what you know what? You just took the words out of my mouth because I was going to let you finish. But what I was waiting to say prior to you even talking the story about the cookout is that you are so humble, right? But from the character, the Dutch that we know, right? I wouldn't expect you to be as humble as you are, and you are just you're positive, you're inspiring, and I just admire that about you because before meeting you, I would not have necessarily known that this was the person that you are. So that's dope.
Well, this is what you got to understand when you learn how to humanize yourself and know that we all bleed, we all cry, we all have emotions that go on. I mean, yeah, okay, you're only good as the last thing you've done.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So the last thing I've done was make sure that Philadelphia was respected, you know what I'm saying, on a whole nother aspect of hip-hop.
For sure.
So besides me doing that, it's just, you know, it is what it is. You know
But the whole Philly down is easier said than most people understand. Like, you ain't got it. It's not about bringing light to the city. This city has light for a lot of different reasons. You got to be solid. You got to kill shit. You have to show up and be that person in the room that you are on the wax, off
Consistently.
wax, all of that. Like, it has to always be
Consistent. Ain't no off button. That shit got to always be on.
It's a little different, and it's a lot of cities like ours. Well, a few, I should say. It's a
I was
few
about to say,
cities.
choose them
I don't
words
want to say a
wisely.
lot. There's a few cities like ours, but a lot of people don't understand. Like, when you say I hold Philadelphia down, that
Right.
come with a lot. Just
Right.
like when we got into the list of the spitters and the people that came before you guys got on the scene and did what y'all did. How many people came after y'all did what y'all did? And it's just like that list is so prestigious that a lot of weight come with holding the city down. Like,
For
niggas
sure.
can talk that shit all they want. A lot of times that just mean I brought light to somewhere nobody else was
I'm
looking
going to
at.
give you a great analogy on what I learned about doing this for 20-something years. Okay, Philadelphia is one of the hardest places to make it,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So we look at this as the sea. It's a sea of people in Philadelphia. But what we did was at the bottom of the sea, it's completely dark down there, right?
Absolutely.
So if you could shine in darkness,
Right.
You shine anyway.
you can
Right.
shine anywhere, right?
Absolutely.
What happens to the life that lives all the way down in the sea? They find a way to illuminate, right? They glow in the dark. So that's what we did. We glue in the dark.
Adapted.
And what we never did was we never tried to leave our habitat and go somewhere else.
Right.
Because the moment you do that, what happens to those animals
Mm-hmm.
or
They
that
die.
life? They die.
They die.
Right.
They don't survive up there.
So what I try to do is, as a person who's saturated in hip hop and saturated in doing what I do
In a good way.
in a great way, I try to maintain the median. I try to maintain my human side and never ever let that step into my life and day-to-day interactions with other people. I'm a celebrity, you're a celebrity, she's a celebrity, everybody's a celebrity within their own right.
Okay.
We may have done more, some may have done less, but long as we strive every day for that successful point in our life, how can we go wrong?
Well, I respect people's journeys. I respect people striving for better. I
For
respect
sure.
people putting work in the further things that sometimes is exactly what they always knew they were supposed to do, and they finally get the confidence and the conscience, or the wherewithal, the productivity to be able to do it. Or people that wind up in situations and just take that shit and run with it and make the most of it. Like, all of that are things that you exemplify, things that she exemplifies when I talk to her, Kay that runs the boys. Like, these are things that I respect. So there is no one man over another. Like, as a young boy, I keep it funky with you. I told niggas all day, y'all look at all these bitches and think that they the shit. If I'm in the same VIP she and I could book her. And niggas like, whatever, you gassing. And it's like, no, if I wouldn't be there if I couldn't be there. Once I'm there, it's on me to make my impression on this person. This is another human being.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop separating everything. because of stature and status. Because that same person, if they build it and they have a dope-ass dream tomorrow night, they could blow everybody out the water tomorrow.
Absolutely.
The next day, I should
And
say.
to touch on something, right? This is what's so crazy about what you just now said, right?
I'm listening.
When people dehumanize themselves and try to pretend that they're different, they have no focus on what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have no focus on what's going on.
We see it.
There's no
Say-
purpose at that
say
point.
what you just now said again. I want these people to understand what's going on.
Yeah. So what it is like you don't separate anything. We all are the same. People have different stature, different statuses, but we all run in the human race. So no matter how high up you get on a quote-unquote totem pole or the list or trending topics, there's somebody, if they're creative, if they're working there, running their race, if they have a dream tomorrow night, that next day, they could blow us all out the fucking water.
So
And they should have that opportunity
I'm
to.
answer you again, but I'm gonna give you a better answer.
Do it for me.
For all of the artists who are inside of this industry that we call music, remember, you drop a record now, 10 years from now, you will not be who you are.
For sure.
Take the money that you attain and invest. Because the problem is everyone wants to leave their children something, but you can't leave them a name.
Right.
Alone.
Dutch will not matter to the bank.
It's about that generational
I've
wealth.
never seen anybody go in the bank and say, "Oh yeah, I'm Dutch kid."
I was about to say, you don't go in the
give
bank
me
as
a
Dutch.
loaf of bread.
Right.
I'm this person. Give me a loaf of bread. It's not gonna work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand. Day-to-day life is still the same as music business. If you do not apply yourself, you won't get anything.
Get
To
what
get
you
a
get.
job, you have to fill out what? An
Application.
That's applying.
Application
Right.
is just a shorter word for applying.
Right.
It's a longer word, but yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, either way you want to look at it.
Such a smart ass.
No, I'm
ass.
fucking with
It's
him.
just- it's
I'm
just-
fucking
it's
with
just-
that.
What I gotta
I know
deal with
Dutch
on the
perfection.
daily.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, right. It's a shorter word for application, but you know, it just to touch back on the topic.
Yeah.
If you don't apply yourself, you won't get
You
a
can't get
job.
nothing, right.
You won't get anything. You won't get anything you need out of life without application.
For sure.
Absolutely. One of the most recent things, because I have little mantras I run by and certain quotes that I remind myself of. And one of the things that has rang true for me, and more so recently than ever before, is that the win is in the work.
For sure.
The win is in the work. It's in the application. It's in the applying yourself. It's like immediate gratitude is one thing, and we get that. I can get that when I'm in the studio, when I get feedback from the people in the room. I can get that when I'm on the stage, and I get, you know what I mean, or when I play something for some. I can get that from there.
That's why you owe me a feature, right?
Absolutely, I do owe you a feature. But
See, I put that out there, right? That's why he owes.
no,
me.
I
That's
mean
why he
it's
owes
on
me
wax
a
now,
feature.
so it means it has to
Right.
go
That's
down
why he owes me a
immediately.
feature.
Definitely, I definitely
It has to go
witnessed
down
that.
immediately. But no, like it's one of those things where it's like when it comes down to it, you only get what you give, and if you're laying foundation, then it takes a while. But when you get to the top, then you know what it took to get there, and you can replicate it, duplicate it, do it in many other ways, and teach someone else how to do so.
And
And
you know
that's
your
what-
solid, and you know your foundation is solid, so you know that you can keep moving.
Right, and for all up and coming artists, stay away from people who tell you, "Oh, money ain't everything. This ain't everything." Well, I ain't never seen a broke motherfucker do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
what I want you to understand about that
Facts.
is, don't feel sorry for people who are misfortunate. Because the same way God blessed you with the ability to wake up in the morning to go hustle, he could have blessed that other person.
We all got 24.
We all got the same 24. So what you do is, if you see somebody going through a misfortune, you try to bless them with the knowledge of what being fortunate is. Everybody wants to hold each other's hand. Let's not hold each other's hand. Sometimes you need to hug somebody and say, "Yo, listen to me. I've been down your street before. This is not just rap music." Everybody think, "Oh, I just find the right song." Okay, you got the right song. Who's your PR person?
Right.
Who's your entertainment lawyer? Who's taking care of promotion for you? Who's taking care of radio for you? Everybody has to understand. Don't buy into yourself. Buy into the right package.
I hope y'all listening, because
No,
that
that's
was
heavy.
some like
That's
straight.
game. And it's funny because I've been wanting to say it. This is probably the third time it came to my head. Niggas running around talking about that's facts,
Right.
facts and all that. These is facts.
Right.
Yeah.
What we talking about right now, you know what I mean? You talking about real game. You have a resume from which you get this game from. You're not just talking shit because you got teeth. You're not just saying because you can spit, you have an opinion.
Right. No.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's important when it
Right.
comes to these things, because those that know should teach, but you know how we are. Everything different for us. There's ways we got to hear that shit. And there's people we want to hear 'em from. And one of the people and motherfuckers listen, we want to hear from you.
I spoke about the cookout, right?
Right.
My wife can attest to this.
Mm-hmm.
No, I may not receive $1 million. I may not receive this certain amount of dollars, but a certain amount of time, it's a check that comes in the mail that will say Lionsgate.
Mm-hmm.
Residuals.
Right.
It may be that odd couple dollars that you need
That just popped up
to
when
go
you
get
need
the
it.
Pampers
Right.
for
Or
your
that you can
daughter
put in
and
the
stuff
tuck
like
foot,
that.
yeah.
You
But that's the fruit of your
never-
labor, though. You feel me?
But see, we live in a country where most people are medical emergency or $400 bill.
Away from being fucked up.
You see what I'm saying? So it's nice to have those things, especially when you know that you're still working, because you're still creating revenue.
Right.
So those things, like you said, it might be what you needed. It might be something just to tuck, just in case, because most people don't have just in case money no more. This shit is weird now. There's the have and the have-nots for real.
For real. But you know what I appreciate? Because I'm a realist, and you can definitely attest to that. But I
Or the
appreciate
realist,
your
but go ahead.
transparent. I appreciate your transparency, right?
Fucked up. You see that, right?
That's cool. We'll cut
Listen.
into that.
Listen. But I appreciate your transparency, because a lot of people don't necessarily understand what comes with the grind, that it necessarily needs a grind, that it's the fruit of your labor, and the generational wealth. Like, a lot of people probably think that you probably can say, yo, I'm Dutchie folks, what's up? Like,
Give
and
my
feel
kid
like,
a kidney.
right, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
But
I suggest they go try it, and when they tell them no, they could call me on the phone, and I give them the same spiel like, hey,
But
y'all,
that goes to
No.
what we said earlier. We all equal when it comes to that, right?
exactly,
man,
exactly.
we all equal
Yeah,
at the end of
man.
the day.
Like, we can't
Like I
separate
said,
ourselves, man.
Prior to this, on a different stage and a different topic and a different platform, there's one race of people, and that's the human race.
I was going to get to that.
So if you got the human race, then at the end of the day, how can you go wrong? You have to put yourself in a position where you don't allow your thoughts to become what your heart is telling you to do.
It's tricky for a lot of people. bro.
It's a separation. That's why it's in two different places. Your mind is up top and your heart is
Right.
down here.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
You know,
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
I-
So it's
you
like,
know.
a lot of people, man, they, you know, I just pray for our youth.
Yeah.
And I pray for a lot of the brothers who've been misguided along the years. And, you know, not to make this too drawn out, because that's not really what I'm into. Success is only what you make it.
Oh,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Whatever you're doing, success is only what you make it.
But you know what? And I put it as, like, your output is only as equal as your input is, right? So you only get what you only
What
get
have I
out what
said?
you put in.
Time at the time, your network is your
It's your
net
net worth.
worth.
For sure.
So the
Absolutely.
more people that you get a hold of, handshakes and hugs, become what you make.
I'm sure
And
you've
you know
had
what?
times where that's carried you.
But hold up, you
where
know
there's
what?
been times where you might have thought, like,
I mean, I've been
man, I don't
around
know
some of
what's...
the best of them, and the rest of them just were, you know, lessons, as we could say. The rest of them were lessons.
But
From
you
a
know what?
perspective that
Let
you
me-
built before that, though.
Let me get your perspective on this, because it's kind of like a recurring theme, right? Because we, you know, I'm talking about, like, relationships, right? Building relationships and nurturing. You just talk about, it's all about the people that you meet. Tell me, what's your perspective on building relationships, and how important is it?
When you say building relationships, elaborate a little bit more on
Business
that.
relationships?
Business relationships, not personally. Well, it can flow into personally, but specifically, I'm talking about business relationships.
That separation is always going to be paramount.
For sure.
The separation from business and personal could mean your life in some instances.
But I meant your explanation. I meant the conversation. Either you can flow into personal if you want to, but for sure, because you got to keep that personal business separate. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Right.
But I just want to know your perspective on that, about just building relationships in a business perspective right now. Because we talking about business, so let's talk about
Philly,
business.
we have this thing where dick eating.
We talk about that too.
Is a word.
Joe.
Joe, all of these things, et cetera, et cetera. That's what networking is.
For sure.
In different cities. So a lot of these people who don't want to become Joe will never.
Yo, that's
Cutting
real,
their nose
yo.
off despite
They
their fucking
face.
face.
They
yo.
won't meet Uncle Sam.
Right.
Say that.
Right.
Say that.
Joe and Uncle Sam, they homies.
They know each other.
So you want to be able to create some type of revenue off of what you got going
You
on.
non-Joe niggas will be Reggie forever.
Right.
And don't nobody fuck with Reggie
Right.
no more.
No. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I just came back from Jamaica. Reggie's very good over there.
No,
Right,
over
right,
there,
me too,
over
I
there,
feel
it's
you.
just regular weed.
Me
It's
too,
plain
I
weed.
feel
It's
you.
regular weed. It's weed.
Y'all
I
fuck with
feel you.
backyard.
Yeah, they tell you we smoking chemicals.
Listen,
I ain't arguing with them.
he'll tell you. I
Yard
know about
quiet.
that life. Listen,
Yard
I
quiet.
just came from down there too. Trust
No,
me.
but like it is
I
a
just did my
thing.
honeymoon in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
I did
Word,
too.
word.
That's why I did my honeymoon.
Were
That's
you
fine.
reggae?
I don't even remember
Oh,
where
you
we
are
stayed.
reggae?
No, we stayed at the Excellence. Well, I was in the Excellence then. We went back to the Excellence, but we stayed at. I go to Jamaica every year, so I've been there.
Okay.
I go there every year. RIU, Rio, I know. I go there every
we
year.
went to
Like,
Rio
I go
Reggae.
everywhere. I stayed at the Excellence.
And-
I stayed everywhere. I stayed at the Holiday Inn. That shit was fly there, too. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I didn't,
No,
listen.
well, this is what it is, right? I want to, me being Dutch and me, having what I have, I want to send a shout out to my wife.
Absolutely.
Yeah, shout out.
I met
She's
your wife
so beautiful.
and had
Inside
time to speak
and
with her.
out,
She's
yes.
a beautiful person.
Well,
She
what I want
certainly
to tell
is.
you is, without her, I probably would be in the state penitentiary serving a lot of time.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Dutch.
You know what I'm saying?
No, man, he's contributed so much to the hip hop culture
For sure.
as far as I'm aware of here, and I know you've been everywhere.
Right.
But like as somebody that's been here and like I said, rode to practice listening to y'all get crazy
Right.
on freestyles before any deals were on the table.
Right.
And just believing in y'all because it sounded like something was bubbling in this city at a time where there was a lot of things that started looking positive on the hip hop scene. Y'all held that shit to a thing where like I know the impact you have on this city.
Mm-hmm.
I know you have impact elsewhere, but I ain't gonna speak on them because who gives a fuck?
Right, but you know what I'm going to
saying?
say is
But
I can
I definitely appreciate you saving him.
Shout
for
out,
us.
Mrs. Dutch. But I could
That's
definitely
dope.
echo that. And like I didn't know you personally, but we've definitely been in a lot of same rooms for a long time. But what I want to say is moving forward. So I appreciate what you've done thus far, but the potential of what you're about to do, and not even the
It's
potential
major.
what you're about to do, is what I'm definitely admirable of. So shout out to y'all
Yeah,
for
your
that.
next move is your best move.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
mean, that's what they told us.
Your next move is your
For
best
sure.
move.
That's what they told us. But one thing I want to say is, as of right now, like I said, you're only good as the last thing you've done.
Mm-hmm.
So the last thing I've done is created a cancer awareness along with my wife called Ring Out for Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, November the 25th, 2019, we will be feeding 100 families at 100 East Erie Avenue, the Ronald McDonald House. I want to see y'all outdo that.
Say that.
And when I say I want to see y'all outdo that, I want to see y'all do that.
Right.
Yeah, it's a positive
Because
challenge.
guess what?
I don't care if somebody
That's a
feeds
positive
We all win.
500 families at the joint.
He's
We
not
all
saying
win.
you can't do
We
it.
wanna
He's saying
start
he
a
literally
chain.
wants
Want to
to
see you
you
do it. Right. Because
And
we
if
all
you
win when
can't
you do
do it
that.
on your own, come do it with
Reach
me.
out, man.
Holla.
And make sure you follow the page, Ring Out for Cancer
Absolutely. But
Foundation.
reach out to us, man. We could put you in contact with whoever you need to do
For sure.
to help you with resources for whatever you're trying
And
to do.
make sure they come to your platform. If you ain't
Absolutely.
sipping with Sammie, you
You
ain't
ain't
sipping
sipping
at
right.
all.
And if you ain't on the scene, I don't know where you at. So
Uh-oh.
And if you need studio time, make sure you come to 1122
MMG
MMG
Studio.
Studio.
yeah, shout out to MMG.
Yeah, we just ran down a whole lot of
1122.
cool shit real quick, man. That's Black Power, man. That's
And if you need
excellence.
noni juice, holla at Nakima. She got the
Yo.
Tahitian.
That pretty noni girl, she got that
Yeah, I
juice.
mean, we gonna call her the noni woman.
Yes.
No, but you ran down your timeline. Can you run down a little bit of your resume?
Right.
I started in 1999. I got my first record deal with Entertainment / Epic.
Mm-hmm.
I moved.
We
from-
was excited for that.
Right.
I
I ain't gonna
appreciate
front.
We used to have conversations back then about
We was
y'all.
excited for that.
Let me tell
We
you.
went from Entertainment Epic to Entertainment Sony, Entertainment Interscope, and then we did a spat with Cash Money for a little bit.
Right.
After Cash Money, we moved over to the Universal system. After the Universal system, we moved over to Independence, which was just us doing our albums on our own, pitting them out. Like I said, I've been on the likes of Cameron's second album, Sports, Drugs, Entertainment, Bait soundtrack, and actually released a worldwide project which had the single "Yeah That's Us" was #1 for 65 weeks on
I remember
the
that.
Billboard charts.
Yep.
So I'm still going.
What's now?
Now we just now are happy with the simple fact that we put out Figures for Life 20 years
Okay.
ago.
Congratulations.
So we're working on
Tennis
a
clap.
reunion tour, which
Dope.
could have, it could be with state property. So we're gonna do probably like a.
Can I just say that shit would be dope
state-
if, yo,
Well, me and Freeway talk often in the morning after the Fudger prayer, and what we do is we just toss ideas around. So we was thinking about like a tour called State Figures, where we just go on the road and they do their stuff, we do our stuff, and just go ahead and run
Well,
down.
major
on it.
property works too.
I was thinking of Major Property
mean,
too. I was thinking
it-
that
we throwing
You
so
said it
many
before I
ideas
could.
in the game that
Yo, but regardless of what the name is, that
No,
shit
and
would
that's
be
the
fucking
thing.
live.
well,
And we know names matter for marketing, but at the end of
Well,
the
we
day,
just want to hit the DMV.
we want to see that
We
shit.
just want to hit the DMV. So, salute the Freeway for actually.
I want to see that shit like right here, right now. Like what?
Right, but
I'm just saying.
the legalities have to be the right
I
way.
feel
on
you. I'm
that,
just
but
saying that we here for it. That's all I'm saying.
Like I said, salute
Free,
the Freeway.
holla at me. We here
for
for that shit.
Being a survivor and getting the kidney.
Absolutely,
because he's
man.
been fighting for a kidney.
He sure has. He
Something
sure
else we was
has.
excited to see, man.
Yo, he definitely always in my
And
prayers.
thanks for being vocal about what you were going through in your situation.
He's transparent too. You see him. You
He's
see
been
him on his
super
machine. You see him when he's going
transparent.
through everything.
And one of the things he said was, tour, no tour, he got to get his treatments.
Yep.
So, like, if anybody knows anything about touring, and Dutch does, it's a grind. It's
Yeah.
something that weighs on your body, on your mental, on your emotions in itself. So I want to salute him for making it through that process.
sure.
And being upbeat about it and sharing with people, because
For
I'm
sure.
sure he didn't feel like making some of them
Have you
interviews.
ever been on tour?
No.
Can you imagine every night carrying 60 to 75 pounds of luggage for 4 years straight?
No.
That's what I did.
See?
I did 4 years straight of carrying 60 to 75 pounds of clothing, all to provide for my children. It took me 4 years overseas to do a tour from Eastern Europe to Africa twice. So it took me 4 years to do it.
And what kind of toll does that take on you physically? Unbalanced diet-wise,
You don't even care about
scheduling.
diet. You just,
You're trying to get
'cause
a little bit of
half
rest
the
when you
time
can.
We spent in Alaska, where you do light season,
Right.
which is 6 months of light, and then you do 6 months of
Right,
night.
right.
So we come out the club, it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
But it's still bright out
It's
there.
bright outside. You go in the club, it's bright outside.
Is it any benefit to doing light season over dark season?
Dark season is depressing.
Is it?
I mean,
Everybody
the-
need a
the
little
only
sunshine on their
benefit
face.
is the
True, I
money.
feel you.
Listen to
only-
Richard Pryor. Everybody need a little sunshine on
feel
their
you.
face.
The only benefit is
Vitamin
the
D.
Yeah, the payment.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The only benefit is the payment. I want to salute the Queen Bee Entertainment Foundation, because at the end of the day, that's where I started at.
Okay.
Entertainment, Major Figures, and a scope for the lessons that they have given me
For sure.
and being the person that I am today.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to be one of those types of people who can endure so much pain and just keep going on stage every night. The first time I ever got on stage in front of 70,000 people, I threw up. I mean, we just gonna be honest. I walked to
Right.
the stage and threw up because I never saw 70,000 people
That's a
Right.
sea
Can
of
you
people.
at
imagine?
one time. I came
Right.
on stage, my motherfucking heart was like,
Where was that?
it was in Sweden. It was a tour called Way Out
Shit.
West that we did in Sweden, and it was 3 stages. that were set up. Basically, it was like one stage here, one stage here, and one stage here, and the crowd would just rotate. So you get front row here.
Oh, that's
Like a
dope.
festival.
Here, you get back row there. So it was us. It was NERD. It was Katy Perry. John Lennon, the remakes of John Lennon and stuff like that. Then they had like Elton John.
Very diverse.
Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
that's
all of
super
these
crazy.
different people. And it's
Right.
the tour is called Way Out West.
So the people that got to hear you, that you got to reach at that point.
Man, I was scared as a motherfucker walking out the diabetes.
And you
joint
went up
with a
there talking
taffy
that-
in his pocket.
And you went up there
Talking
talking that
that-
Philly shit.
Right.
Man, I was scared as a motherfucker.
Did you make it to perform?
Yeah, we
No, but did
performed.
you make it to perform?
Yeah,
you
I
did
made it to
good.
perform. We actually had a remix with Rihanna.
Okay. Oh,
You know, the So Hard remix.
right.
That I was on. Which actually we have a Sims video for that's on YouTube right now. That's probably at
Right.
1 million views right now.
That's hard.
Along with dealing with Lil Wayne for a little while, and you know, salute to Weezy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened business-wise with that happened business-wise, but that always been a good guy to me.
Right.
You know what I'm
Gentleman.
saying?
He a good
as
person.
gentleman.
Yeah,
As you
he's
can see,
pretty cool.
last Eagle season, Turk tried to bet me $60,000.
I saw that.
Yes, I
It
saw
was
that.
dope. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that.
It made
But
sense.
so there's still something. Yeah, you still fuck with them.
I try to fuck with everybody because at the end of the day, we don't know when we gonna die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to make it clear because like people need to hear that shit.
For
man.
sure.
These motherfuckers got chips on their shoulders, and you know that's something. I know that's something that you fight against all the time. Is that whole thing about motherfuckers worrying about the wrong shit.
Right.
But
You
if
see what I'm
wanna have
saying?
a chip on your shoulder, make sure it's metal, not Lay's.
Say that. Say that.
Because if rain, you fucked up.
Right.
Say that.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Make it something
you know,
real.
like I said, man, salute to the Sippin' with Sammie show. I ain't, you know, I
I'm a
don't
little-
want to do too much.
I said.
You good? Oh, she's gone.
And you done. I don't want to do too much. Tune in to Sippin' with Sammie. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't doing the right thing at the end of the day. You
At
know
all.
what I'm saying? Salute to my family, Major Figgas. Salute to my wife, Tyra. Salute to my foundation, Ring Out for Cancer.
I was going there.
And salute to the survivors and the people who have lost someone to cancer. That's going to be my motivation for the rest of my life. And until we bring awareness to the world, we won't stop.
I heard that, and I appreciate you for that.
Hey, man.
And I'm here for you. Whatever makes sense, let's figure it out.
Hey,
For
man,
sure.
You already know. Make sure y'all stay secure.
Absolutely, man.
Health-wise, business-wise, and spiritual-wise.
And online, you are Dutchie Man _
Major Figures. You already know how to find me. 19,600 other people found me. You can find me.
You know what I'm
It ain't
saying?
hard.
You know what I'm saying? Saf, how they follow you?
You already know I am Sunny Brick, editor and publisher of On the Scene magazine. So holler me at On the Scene magazine on all your platforms or Sunny Brick.
Word.
And OnTheSceneMagazine.com. You already know. Sometimes on platforms you going down. So holler at me on OnTheSceneMagazine.com.
Yeah, get
Holler at your
email
girl.
list up.
How they find you, baby?
Man, I am at Sippin' with Sammie. This has been another episode of Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rude Podcast. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Get your fucking life together. And I appreciate Dutch,
Yes.
Saf, and we
And
ringing
don't
them bells,
forget,
man.
follow at Ring Out for Cancer
We ringing them bells,
Foundation.
man.
For sure. We definitely ringing them
Out
bells.
for Cancer
Yeah,
Foundation.
man.
Follow that page and follow at Banks Not Tyra. That's the wife, that's the other half, that's the one that put the spine in the nigga back to keep on doing what I do for you.
So approach her as the queen she is.
Right.
Dope shit. fly
Let
shit
go.
only. Word.
I don't give a fuck your situation, never did. I just wanna ride and smoke, sipping the way I live. Living fast since I was a kid. You still in the sucker shit. Careful who you fucking with. One wrong word, you ducking shit. Day by day, flip, spin, tuck, and drink the pain away. Never Never seen a rainy day the sun ain't follow. So I'ma grab my nuts, hit this blunt, and load hollows. Don't touch my bottle if you ain't gon' swallow. Never selfish, I help those who help theyself. It's only right, only rude, only young. Uptown Philly to Trenton, reppin' where we from. It's too easy to S, bread G's. My nigga head been kingly, been up since 15. Every move plan precise. Ain't know I was this nice. Was waiting till I could show you right. First you gotta hold the dice to roll the dice. But if no paper made, my nigga, you playing games. Always keep the main thing the main thing. And fuck bitches if they want with you until your chain hangs. They nut bitches looking to come up bitches. Sending niggas to run down, leave you stuck bitches. I'm about riches and pussy ain't that deep. She took your last 8 weeks, now that's deep. Catch me in your speakers banging over fat beats. Or on back streets, focus on my paper, nigga. My chips, my now or later, nigga. It's that sweet, all I need weed and instrumentals. And just me,
it's me,
Jay Ruger, Sam Malone, the boy that's heir to the throne. In the building with Ant Live and him low. Tell these niggas how it go, I'm the shit, bro.
I'm rhyming over Mac Miller. My rap killer, the track killer. I'm doing what I do to stack Skrilla. Going harder than you other dudes. In a bar, sipping a couple brews. Never showing love for you other crews. I cause thunderstorm. I go up in your baby mother raw. Hit it from the back with no rubber on. Keep the sneaks fresh, chilling in the clean white V-neck. Stocky nigga rocking the 3X. Live nigga and I'm in it to win it. Find me overseas, chilling with Dominican women. Falling back while I'm sipping the Guinness. Light something up, throw a shot back, then I give it a business. Chilling with my nigga Ant and my homeboy Sam Malone. Keeping new pics of your chick in my camera phone. Come on, nigga. Talk shit on this one. That's the end of the drum right there.
My bad, too much Jack. See what happened when you put me around them low lights and them Jersey niggas, man. What we got? Yingling, Jack Daniels, Sour.
High volume, high volume, high volume, high volume, high volume, high volume.